All Captain JJB84 here. This is just a thought that came into my head. I am a huge fan of the Star Fox series, and I really think another game needs to come out. There was one for I think the 3DS recently, which served as a reboot, but that felt more like a remake than a reboot. But anyways, I was just saying, I started playing Star Fox Assault again, and I forgot how absurdly bad that game can get at times. Now, I don't think the game is like terrible. I just think it's not very well executed. And it really falls flat. And the gameplay is not very good. Neither is the gunplay, for that matter. But the things where Star Fox Assault does do well, and it does well in its story. It does well in its music. It has amazing music. But everything else about it just seems really lackluster. The missions are all really short. You could probably beat this game in 2, maybe 3 hours at best. Each level takes you maybe 10, 15 minutes, with the exception of level 9. Level 9 is the only level that is challenging. That could take me. I could spend like 3 hours on that level alone, because it is huge, that level. And there's only 10 levels either. The multiplayer aspect, the split screen multiplayer, how multiplayer should be, is fun, and it is fun to do some silly things in there. Not a lot of nice maps. Though it is kind of lacking at times. So you can, fiddle with the rules a bit, just sort of do some funny and silly stuff. But, I think, but Star Fox is one of those series that needs a good reboot. I remember playing Star Fox 64, I love that game. Star Fox Adventures, I think, is probably my favorite out of them. I mean, the criticism of that is that it doesn't really feel like a Star Fox game, is that it feels more like a Zelda game. But that's what I kind of liked about it, is that it felt more like an RPG. It felt like, I like what they did with Fox in that game, and, well, they introduced Crystal, who's a fan favorite. But I think Star Fox is just one of those series that needs a good reboot, not a remake. Like, I'm not criticizing Star Fox for the 3DS. I've actually played that. It's a very good game. But I think it just needs a new, like, Star Fox Commands is just that. Now that is a bad game on its own. There's like 50 different endings that that you do one little thing, it messes up the entirety of the game, really. And the controls are weird. I don't know why does everyone have an individually designed ship. I don't know. I guess it makes it unique. I guess you could tell who you're playing as, I guess. But I think Star Fox does need a good reboot, maybe. But going back to Star Fox Assault, like, that's one of those games, I wish they just did so much more with it. I mean, there's really nothing to it, and that was like the last major console one made, and that was, let me think, that was 2005, I think, Star Fox Assault. And it wasn't very well, it was okay, it was, the reception was, like, good. IGN gave it a 7. Oh, a 7 must be a 0. Some people gave like 9s and 8s and stuff. I think it has like 70% on like Metacritic or Game Rankings or something. And it got Player's Choice. But I don't know. But it's just one of those games. I think really just they need to do something more with it. No, 2004 in North America. Yeah, that's the problem with Assault, was that they just didn't do too much with it. But yeah, I think Star Fox is one of those series that just needs a good reboot. And I hope they make one for the Wii U, because out of all the next-gen consoles, I'm going to get the Wii U, for definitely. Because, I heard they're going to make a new Smash Bros. Game. I won't get the Wii U now, because there are just no games for it, which is a problem. But I'd definitely get it in maybe, say, like, 6 months maybe from now, or, maybe like near the end of the year. But that's my thought of the day, really. I think Star Fox needs a good reboot. Or just, there's a lot more, or you could almost do a sequel to Assault, and kind of say, maybe to some extent, maybe how the Lilat system kind of went into anarchy, because that's the thing that Star Fox Assault did well, was the story opponent. These, the Aporoids, they sort of, the Aporoids came out and pretty much destroyed. They're like the Borg. They just assimilate and almost destroyed everything. And you could do a lot. You could build a lot on that. You could say well, what if the whole Lilat system went into peril? What if like rebellions started rising? rising up, and like, what was I saying? What if they started rising up, and what if, the Corneria system, which is basically the capital of the Lilat system, that could, like, there's lots you can do with it. Can you tell where I'm going with this? There's a lot you could do with it, and the ending, I remember, for Star Fox Assault was a bit maddeningly just kind of bland, really. It's kind of like, oh, everyone's alright, but, like, we're kind of stuck in space for a bit, I think. Was Star Fox Command's meant to be a sequel? I don't remember. I only played it once and just didn't like it. But I'm just eating like a noodle because I like dried pasta. But that's just my thought of the day. I think Star Fox needs a good reboot. And, for a series like this, there aren't that many games for the Star Fox series. Like, let me just get the list here. There's Star Fox 64, Adventures, Command. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games over a course of not very long. Let's see. Since 1993. So that's... Okay, it's about 20 years. So, but 6 games over 20 years, that's... Come on, Call of Duty has more games than that in like 6 years. That's just me. I don't know. My favorite one is Star Fox Adventures, though. That one, that holds a special place for me. Because I'm not really a Zelda fan, but I think after playing that, I got more into Zelda. Because that's what it did. It felt like a Zelda game, and I like the RPG elements, and there's just a lot of things it does right. The final boss is nice, and... Well, Crystal. Hottest furry ever. That didn't come from me. But this video is getting weird and strange and stupid, so I'm gonna leave. So, Star Fox needs a good reboot, or another game, really. And maybe we'll see something on the Wii U. There's gonna be some big things happening on the Wii U this year, I can tell you that. But that's, I guess that's all I have to say for now, and I'll see you later.